slide, please. And also unemployment insurance was another thing that I wanted to learn more about. And I got this out of one of our readings that I think, or off of a website that said that if in the current or preceding calendar year you pay an employee $1,500 or more in a quarter, then you have to have an unemployment insurance. Or if you have a worker that works more than, or some portion of a day, even if it's 1 hour in a day during 20 different weeks in a year, you have to have that unemployment insurance. And I talked to a tax representative, Eric Patera, and I can give anyone his number if someone wants to talk to him. I got his information off of the Department of Labor website for Idaho, and to get some clarification on unemployment insurance. So if one important thing to distinguish is if you're going to be paying an employee as a regular employee or if that person is an agriculture employee. And there's a big difference. If it's an agriculture employee, you don't have to pay unemployment insurance on that employee unless they make over $20,000 in a quarter. Whereas with a regular employee, it's $1,500. So there's a really huge difference there. And I actually have to talk to our accountant and see whether our employee would be classified as agriculture, since it is on a farm and we use farm products, and there's the potential that the employee would be involved in farm duties, or if the employee would be just a regular employee. And those are things to think about. I really don't want to have to pay another tax on having an employee. So if I cannot have to pay unemployment insurance, then that's something that I'm going to try to do. Next slide, please. So something that I learned from various books and the readings on labor was about asking your accountant with help on various things with setting up your business for an employee, and to obtain additional liability from your insurance company for employees. Last year when our liability insurance renewed, there was actually, I think it was over $100 that they automatically put in there for employee insurance, and we were able to get that taken off our policy, but now have to put it back on. So it seems like I really need to, I haven't crunched all the numbers to see exactly how much having an employee will cost, and there's a lot of, it seems like there's a lot of hidden costs and a lot of increases in costs that will happen by having an employee. So it'll be interesting to see, especially at the end of a season, after having an employee, if the benefits outweigh the cost. And I'm yet to see that, but maybe I can report on it in the future. Next slide, please. Oh, and this is one question, another question I have that I haven't had answered yet. I tried, our kitchen is inspected by the health department, and Nancy Becker at the health department comes every year and inspects our kitchen. And one thing that she's mentioned is we don't have a bathroom in our kitchen, and she's mentioned that if we get employees, then we would have to have a separate bathroom from our house. So I called and tried to get an answer from her whether or not, if we want to get an employee, do we have to have a bathroom outside of our house, of our farmhouse, and if we do, can it be an outhouse with a sink by it, or what that has to be? And I'm curious to see if any of the rest of you have employees, if you found anything on bathroom requirements. Next slide. And so that is pretty much it. This is just a picture of our farm, and if anyone has questions at the end, I will be here and I can answer any questions.
Thank you so much. That was great. Thanks for, digging up that information to, share with other people that might be interested in having employees. Very exciting. I'm sure you think so too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll come back to you for questions later. And next we have Jennifer Brown, and I will move to the